Okay, we're going to go ahead and run a 120 volt mini split system off this disconnect. Okay, so right now you have your power coming in right here. Okay, and it's coming in 110 volts, 120 volts, sorry. It's got a black cable, white, and then a ground. Okay, and it's 120. This mini split is 120 volts. Okay, it's set up like right here. It's set up on you can see right here where it says L in. See right here, L and then in and then ground. Those are our three wires that are coming in our whip. Okay, this thing here is called the whip. All right, it comes up to here. And what's going to be running this mini split is the L, which means line. That's the hot coming in. In, that's neutral. They happen to have given us this thing. This whip was set up really for 220. Okay, and I'm not sure if any of them are any different, to be honest with you. But anyway, the whip I got is 220, so it comes with two hots per se. One's black, one's red, and then the one green. So the red is now acting as our neutral. Okay, so we have line is black, neutral is red, and green is ground. And that's the way you hook it up to your 120 volt mini split, just like that. Yours will look just like this. So you take your whip, whichever colors you have. If you have green, put that on your green. If you have black, put it on line. If you have white, put it on neutral. If you don't have white, do what I did and put your other color right there. All right, whatever color you happen to have. Now back over to here. This is 120 volts, okay, and it's coming in right here. All right, so it comes in, and the white comes over here like we just talked about. It goes to red. This red goes back to the mini split. We just looked at that. So your white gets straight up, hooked up from the white and power coming in, gets hooked up together, and just stays inside this nut here. Okay, because I have the surge suppressor. Okay, set up here, and the surge suppressor is really set up for 220 volts also. So it has two lines coming out of it. So if you have a surge suppressor like this, you're going to have two lines coming out of it, and then the ground also. So the two lines are black. You hook both of those. Now, normally if you had a 220 volt system right here, if this was a 220 volt, you'd have one here. You'd have the hot coming in would be right here. Okay, so the hot coming in, it goes right to there, and then the other hot would be right to there. All right, and then your mini splits would come over here from this side into this side. All right, so but that's on 120. Instead, you just have the one hot coming in, and then you have from your if you happen to have a surge suppressor, you'll have two blacks coming over. You want both of those tied in. On a 120 system, you want both of the blacks tied in to your black that goes to the mini split. All right, so this black here, it comes right out of here. It would normally just, if we didn't have a surge suppressor, it would normally just go straight up to here. All right, if we didn't have a surge suppressor, the black from the mini split would come straight up to there. And so you have your power coming into there, and then you have your mini split coming into there. That's it. If you don't have a surge suppressor, you're going to have your mini split black come up, straight up, and you're going to have your power come in from here straight up to there. That's it. That's the whole system. Your whites are down here. Your grounds are down here. Okay, so your grounds connected together, and then the grounds come up to here on this side here, but they're tied in right there. And then your your whites just tie together. Okay, so that's a white wire. It's red right now, but they didn't give us a white. So anyway, you got your neutrals tied together. Your grounds are tied together. The grounds go to ground. And then your hot from here goes straight up to there. And then your hot from your mini split would go straight up to there if you didn't have the thing to tie into here. So this is tied into, it's in a nut because I had to tie both of the blacks in from the surge suppressor straight into it. Okay? Hope you got that. Hope you understand what I'm saying here. All right. So anyway, if you have any questions, what it is as soon as it's done, your power's done. So that's all there is to setting up a 120 volt. Okay. If you guys have any comments on how I did anything wrong or right, feel free to comment on this section. I don't mind bad comments. If I've done something that's not right, I want to know about it so I can fix my errors, but I believe it's 100% correct. All right. So there we go. In case you wanted to know, this right here is your pulley. Okay, and this pulley here, it says, if I can get you to see it here, it shows it being off or on. You can see it off. Okay, so when it's like this, that means it's off. That's where I just pulled it from. Okay, when you turn it around, that says on. See it? So on, then you put it back on. So that right here, when you just take this thing and stick it in here, push it in, that's on. All right, and that's how you set up your disconnect. Okay, so right now our power's up, it's running, and well, I got the power turned off right now, but once I click on the breaker, the power is going to be on and running. Okay, and that's all you got to do. That sets up your whole thing. That sets up your surge suppressor if you have one, and you should have one. If you don't have one on your mini split, you should have a whole house surge suppressor. Now I'll have another video, and I'll link that below in the comments. It's for a whole house surge suppressor, and that's best to do. It's good to have one, as an extra precaution. But if you have a whole house one, then you really don't need to do individual ones. I don't believe, because no power can get through there if it goes through your main. But anyway, I digress. So here was our thing. We're going to go ahead and leave it there. If you have any questions, put them down below. And if you have any comments, again, feel free to let me know if I did something wrong. But I believe everything's perfect and in shape. Okay. Okay, that's a clean install of our disconnect. Okay, so that's finished. That's what it should look like when it's finished if you have a surge suppressor on the side of it. Okay. You should have a receptacle down below. It's controlled by a GFI breaker. And that's legal too. You're supposed to have one near your system. And then that's, of course, the way it finishes off right here. Okay? Okay, if you have any comments or questions, feel free to put them down below. I get back right away. Also, I will have links to everything you see here in the comments section. Okay? So you'll be able to just grab your disconnect, grab your surge suppressor if that's what you want. And again, I'll put the link to the whole house surge suppressor in the comments also.